Yeah. Yeah, this is what I thought. I need to do something different here. There. Mm. Ah, Lord. Oop. Here we go again. Hi. Pointless. Hello. Whoa. Hmm. 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 Hi. Welcome. How was your day? Hey, what's up, Kicks? Not much. Just chilling. Trying to adjust this light. Trying to get a better setting. Some days it's good, other days it's crap. And I'm trying to get it adjusted to where it's not so bright. I think I'll leave it right there. That looks good enough. Memo Paris, Abu Dhabi. Abu Dhabi. Hmm. That's another brand I'd never really explored. Memo Paris. The one I would really like to get my hands on, African leather. I think there's different variations. There's a few from there. Hey, what's up, David? Um, I appreciate you all dropping by. I have 30 fragrances out in front of me. These are my greatest of all times. And it was a tough decision because there were so many colognes I've worn quite a bit this year. And some are new releases, some I acquired over time, and some I've had for a long time and that I recently purchased. And then I have my 6 honorable mentions. So I thought I would just talk about the greatest of all times. And this would be considered my Hall of Fame tier for each and every one of these. And starting off with number 1. And I'm going to go with this guy because I already put a pretty decent sized dent in this bottle already. And I'm talking about Gusto Limoni by Zaharoff. In a way, it kind of does remind me of Pacific Chill. It's not a clone of it at all. It has its own character. It stays in its own lane. And it's why it reminds me of that is due to the fruity and green leafy nuances. Once it starts to dry down on skin, I kind of did my own comparison with my sample of Pacific Chill that I still have. And once they start to dry down, you kind of do see that resemblance, that fruity green leafy nuance. And it gives me a nice kind of Pacific chill vibe. And that's why I really like this one. So, yeah, with that being said, Gusto Limoni is definitely in the Hall of Fame tier in my collection. And surprisingly, I get 8 hours on skin. Not everybody's gonna get that. I think some people got 2, 3, 4 hours. It just happens. Everybody has different skin, and not everybody's gonna get the same performance. And, if I kill this bottle this entire year, Imma end up needing a backup because I wear this one quite a bit. Hey, what's up, Dutch? And, I let me just tell you guys what my scent of the day was. So my scent of the day was more than one fragrance because I was curious to see how each and every one of them would smell all together. So I wore Louis Vuitton Sur La Route on my chest. I did Creed Royal Water. Um, Let me see. One of my other budget colognes, Luciano Magnitude and Louis Vuitton Lovers and Essential Harmony Kinship. And I was actually kind of impressed by all these different scent trails I was getting. It was magnificent. I really liked how it all smelled and how everything came together. So lately, I've been doing that, spraying different stuff, seeing how if they work together, if they could go together, or it's just either a hit or a bust. So I lucked out again. Another great scent combo. So let's go with number two here. And this is a designer. And this bottle is half empty. And this is from Rabanne. And it's probably my only one and only favorite of Invictus, Invictus Parfum. Sadly, I should have got a bigger bottle, but I really like this one. It's kind of got that black soap, kind of sweet, bubblegummy DNA. Very, very sweet. And I've been recently revisiting this one, and I could say this much. This belongs in the Hall of Fame tier. And I still have yet to get my nose on Invictus Elixir. Some people say it's some say it's magnificent. So I guess we shall see whenever I do eventually purchase it. But for now, I like this one more than the original Invictus. For example, speaking of Invictus, I have that big boy bottle, and I think it's only got that much of a dent. And I never really reach for it, but I reach for this one a lot more. And last but not least, let's go to number three. Number three, we're going to go with this guy sitting off in the back. Probably the only vanilla fragrance I can truly tolerate that is just done to artistic level. And I'm talking about Virtus Vanilla Oud. I've had this for quite some time. I got it, I want to say a year ago. And over time, it actually darkened up and matured a little more. I wore this yesterday. I wore Virtus Vanilla Oud with MFK Grand Soir. And I was shocked by between those two that they actually pair nicely. But this would be my all-time favorite vanilla fragrance. And it's a little dark, and I really like the oud in here. And I like all these other notes that come together and really bring out this beautiful vanilla. This is absolutely well done from the House of Virtus. So, and let's go to number 4, a new pickup from Vivamore. And lately, I have been wearing this one and putting it to the test. And this is Own the Now. I like this one because it's a different direction when it comes with vetiver. It's like a creamy, sugared take on vetiver. And the funniest thing, the opening actually sits for a hot minute, for maybe a good 15 minutes on skin for me. I really like how the vetiver is in this one and the bass, and then you got this like sugar accord. And I think you got a creamy sandalwood. This is really, really nice too. That came out not too long ago. And yeah, so this is definitely in my Hall of Fame tier. And far as performance goes, I don't know if any of you guys are familiar with this one or even bothered to check it out, but I get a good 8 hours on skin, and that's pretty decent. And for me, I'm a sucker for vetiver, which is probably my fourth favorite note. So I always like to have different kinds of vetiver fragrance profiles in my collection. But I've been gravitating towards this one. I wore it last night, and I'm probably going to wear it again tonight because I have somewhere I got to be. But this is pretty good. And let's move on to a budget cologne. And I've had it, what, I think maybe a month now. And I got it not long ago. And this bottle's already half empty. Hawas Highness definitely belongs in my Hall of Fame tier. Sadly, I go nose blind, but I have to agree with a lot of other people. I do get Tigar and vibrato in here. This is hands down probably the best Hawas flanker ever released, at least to me. So sadly, it doesn't really perform very well for me in high heat, but on a day like today, if I was going to wear it, it would have performed really well. So that belongs in my Hall of Fame tier. And let's go to another designer. And this was a tough decision because I'm not a huge fan of JPG altogether. Nothing against them. A lot of them make me sneeze way too much, except for one. It's the only one I can really tolerate, and probably the only favorite Les Beaux, which is Les Beaux Parfum. One thing I like about this one is I could wear it in the winter, the fall, and the summer and spring. And where I live with the climate that I have, what I like about this one is like a what, dark, seductive, woody amber with that coconut. It's basically how it reads off my skin for me. I like this one. So this one made the cut. Finally. At least I got one JPG in the Hall of Fame tier. And what is what? Useless is water wet. What do you think? You know what? This guy can go. And we'll do 5 minutes. Is water wet? No, like really? Eh, bunch of weirdos today, huh? I guess the best of the best trolls come out and want to say stupid shit. It is what it is. That's kind of funny. Is water wet? Are you wet behind the ears maybe? So, where was I? Let's go to a niche. Speaking of niche, I find this one to be kinda underrated, and this one definitely serves its purpose from the House of Creed, and, I kind of definitely started to put a dent in this one. I gotta say, Erofa definitely lives ups to its promise, at least for me. I really like the watermelon in here and the saltiness and the oceanic vibe that I get. And out of all the 4 creeds, well, 5 creeds that I own, I really, really like Erofa quite a bit. I should have got a bigger bottle because I feel like Imma end up going through a lot. Now, it's a moderate performing fragrance, but I can appreciate the quality. And this one stands out to me the most because I get about 6, maybe 6.5 hours. And I really enjoy this one. Just something about it just really stands out to me. And it's, I'm not going to sit there and say it's not the quality because you know, it's just something about it. Just something about it really just puts me in the mood. It's just such a beautiful scent. And regardless of how long a cologne lasts, this is just beautiful stuff. I really like this one quite a bit. And I think original vetiver could have made this, but I already have a couple. I have a couple vetivers in here, so I didn't want another vetiver. But even original vetiver is still a clean, soapy take on that. That's a good one too. Wait a minute, what? They just put Erofa in a new bottle for re-release? Jesus. What are they gonna do? Re-release every single fucking one of them? Imagine that if they went that direction and decided to re-release. What's my favorite vetiver? That is a really good question. And that's kind of hard to admit because I only have 3 of them. But if I had to only pick one out of them all, it would be Mancera Vetiver Sensuel. It's by far one of the freshest vetivers on the market that money can buy. Although, there's other ones that I enjoy from like Nichene Salt and Vetiver. But if I only had to pick one, just one, it would be Vetiver Sensuel. Hands down. Can I wish you a happy birthday? Well, happy birthday. And let's go with another budget cologne. And this is probably the only Latafa I could truly withstand without sneezing 20, 30 times in a row. And this is the only one I really like when it comes to, let's say, Camera. This is the only one I really like. Latafa Camera Dukan. I feel like on my skin, the sweetness is toned down, but it's the spices are kind of like amped up. And we got this like smokiness to it, not like incense or any of that kind of stuff, but it's like smoky cinnamon woods and this slight sweetness. That's what I like about it. It's like fiery camera. It's pretty good. And it's not bad. Vetiver and wool. Well, I would like to check that one. Um, I will eventually get some stuff from Sense of Woods. I want plum and cognac vintage 24, and I do want vetiver and wool. I definitely would like to check that out, but, you know, currently, vetiver sensuel would be number 1 vetiver for me, as of now. Number 2 would be Sultan vetiver from Nichene, and 3 would probably be Vivamore Owned Now. Nothing against all those, but it's hard for me to, walk away from some of Mancera, but only time will tell. I have yet to get into the Scent of Woods. The only other one I am familiar with, the only sample I have is the original Plum and Cognac. But since I own what? Forbidden Temptation by Vivamore and Bowtie Fragrance Guy, I really don't feel the need to want Angel Share or Plum and Cognac. If anything, I would like to get Plum and Cognac Vintage 24 because I hear that one is quite different from the original. So I would like to check it out. Yeah, I've been trying to find Guerlain Vetiver, and you know, that's another one. Vetiver Imperial by Boadicea. I'll have to check them out sometime. But not to get off topic here, let's go to another one. Let's go with my one and only signature scent from the House of Xerjoff. And I knew this one would make this. This would definitely be Hall of Fame tier for me. And the bottle's already half empty because I wear this quite a bit. Torino 22. This one truly does it for me the best. Out of all the Xerjoffs I currently own, this is number 1 for me. It's just remarkably well done. It's like a woody aromatic. Such a good one. Yes. Yeah, I would definitely consider this 10 out of 10. And it's probably the best, if not the best. I have smelled Torino 24. Not bad. Nice plum scent. And, Torino 25 is good too, but it's not my favorite. I still appreciate Torino 25. I like the rhubarb and that, what, like cashmere suede dry down in there. It's kind of subtle for me, but I still appreciate that. But Torino 21 or 22 is Hall of Fame tier status for me. And I could have had Deified in here. I could have had 40 knots, but regardless, I wear Torino 22 a lot more than all the other ones I own. So that's why it made this tier. And let's go on to another designer. And this one's coming from Valentino. And probably the only Valentino I really like. And I eventually need to get a bigger bottle because this little bottle isn't going to last. And I tend to wear this quite a bit too. And this would be Coral Fantasy EDT. And it is the only one I truly enjoy. Except the other one I sometimes will wear. It's not bad. It's got like a coffee accord in it. But this one here, just something about this one I truly enjoy the most. It's got apple. It's like a crisp baked apple, a little bit tobacco in the base. And it's the only Valentino to me and to my nose that is the best. So let's go to something from another niche brand. I've had this one for a little while. Didn't really get a chance to truly wear it, but I'm gonna be wearing it quite a bit this year in the fall and winter. Now, what I can say about this one, this would definitely be probably my second favorite kind of vanilla fragrance, but I don't consider it a true vanilla. And I'm talking about Explicit Vanilla by Mancera. This is more like a woody gourmand with like some vanilla, and you got chocolate, and I'm sensing a trend. You enjoy sweet scents. Not all, but some. Hey, what's up, Jason? I gotta love the way he just enters a live stream. Everything stinks. I love it. I do enjoy some sweet scents, but not everything. There is some out there that I cannot get into. You know, some of them, like let's say Lamal Elixir. I, have a love-hate relationship with that one, and I haven't worn that one in a long time, and it kinda gives me a headache, and I just, I don't know. And yeah, Explicit Vanilla. It's not bad. Doesn't really get cloying for me, doesn't make me sneeze, which is a plus. So, yeah, this made the Hall of Fame tier. And speaking of a budget cologne, regardless of what anybody says, this one had to make the Hall of Fame tier. Azure Royal, you know, candied, sweet, vibrant, blue talisman like vibe. And I get pretty decent good performance. What I enjoy the most from that is the pear. The pear, it's pretty good. It's not bad. What? Son of the day, we elected government. If that is a scent, enjoy. Yes, Azure Royal, I could see that. I could see that for sure. And since we're on the topic of freshies, this would be definitely here the only full bottle I got currently from the House of Gallagher. And I knew this one would definitely make my Hall of Fame tier. Amongst Waves by Gallagher. This is definitely different than most aquatics. I enjoy the green apple, lime zest. You got patchouli, tulip in this one. Who knows what he's reading? But this is really, really good. You got sea salt, marine notes. I really enjoy the honeydew in here, and that's what makes it different. So I'm kind of glad he made a really different type of fragrance, because you got to think there's more or less how many different aquatic fragrances that could be redundant. This one definitely different than most aquatics that I got my nose on. So this one I think is definitely my favorite. Can I go over what my entire collection? Nah, that would just take too long. Can't do it. Maybe a video in different segments like part 1, 2, 3, and 4, but other than that, I can't really talk about my entire collection. That would just take too long, and I wouldn't really want to sit on a live stream for 3, 4 hours. Nah, that ain't my thing, unfortunately. I mean, I think some people might go over their collection, but on a live, I won't do that. Well, I don't, I don't, I wouldn't say I have a lot in 1,000 or that, but I have quite a bit, and I don't really want to talk about it. It's a personal preference, personal opinion. Who's winning? YSL Myself Le Parfum or Extra Dose? I don't know. I wouldn't be able to tell you because I don't like any one of those. I didn't care for YSL Myself Le Parfum. I thought it was mid, and I didn't care for Extra Dose either. The only Valentino I enjoy is Coral Fantasy. I'm not a huge fan of Valentino, no offense. And I'm not a huge fan of YSL either. I think the only YSL Y flanker I like is O Fresh and YSL Y EDP Intense. What I really like from YSL is the Privé line the most. All due respect, it isn't about having 1,000 or 2,000 fragrances. It's a personal opinion, you know? And the way I learned about respect is earned and not given. And maybe you should work on that, sir, because you definitely haven't earned any. You know, you can have 20, what, 20 fragrances, and that's all you really need. You could have 200 colognes, and that's all you really need. Do I need 1,000 fragrances? No, no, I don't. So you could take that how you want, sir. And with that being said, let's move on before I let the dark side take over. Last but not least, let's talk about this guy and my only favorite version. And I really appreciate this one. I'm starting to get a nice little dent inside the bottle. Intense French Riviera. Favorite one. I like it more than the original. Probably because of the oud and the vetiver in here. And I get the best performance with this one. And what I like about this one is I can wear it year round. So this one definitely belongs here. I respect it personally. Like YSL Le Parfum. What's your favorite cologne you like the most? Let Vader out this chat. Only has room for the normal trolls. Yeah, I feel you. What's my favorite cologne I like the most? Currently, my favorite one would have to be currently, it's from Mirror Image Fragrances. Scent Cinema, I don't want to embarrass this guy. Good luck with that. But let Vader out this chat. Only has room for the normal trolls. No embarrassment having a lot of bottles and not a flex. Eh, you don't really need to flex and show off how many fucking bottles you have. That don't mean shit to me, honestly. I was at the YSL store yesterday. Baby cat is nice. Yeah, that's a nice one too. Tuxedo is good. I'd like to get my nose on 37 Rue by YSL. But Hey, what's up, Frankie? And let's go to one of my favorite designers. And I know a lot of people don't like them because they cost so fucking much, but you know what? Too bad. I love this one. Ombre Nomad, one of my all time favorites, and it made it into this Hall of Fame tier. I can appreciate the oud. I can appreciate the rose, which kind of gets jammy and gives you like raspberry nuances. Get a little bit of vanilla in the dry down. And the oud here, for some reason, it gives me this wonderful, like leather like nuance. And I don't really have to talk about projection much. The sillage and projection is crazy, and performance. I only need maybe a few sprays, and that's all I need from this one. And I'm good morning till night. So I knew this one would definitely make my Hall of Fame tier. And what is that? Saharin was the best, in my your opinion. I have no idea what that is. Yes, Ombre Nomad is goaded for sure. I just got the JPG Elixir Absolute. I smelled it at Dillard's, got my nose on it. It's okay. You know, I'm not, you know, it's different. It's not like the original Elixir. It's decent. It's not bad, but it's not, to where I need to go buy it. I don't, I don't know. I don't know what it is. I just, okay. All right, I got you. YSL Saharian. Okay. Hmm. I'd have to check it out, maybe find a sample. But the only other YSL one from the Privé line I got my nose on, what besides Tuxedo, Baby K, from there was another one. I think it's 24 Rue. I think Spence has it, but oh, you're going live tonight at enjoy. I'm happy for you, buddy. Yeah, there's a bunch of different ones from YSL I'd like to check from the private line when I get around to it. Same with Dior and stuff. But hey, you should have fun with that. You got quite a bit in your collection too. And you always get your nose on a bunch of different stuff as well. That should be fun. Let me know how it goes. What's my best fragrance in my opinion? Uh that's a good question because most people wouldn't be able to get their nose on what I would talk about. And I would take my personal cologne over everything that I own. And there's only other one person that has their nose on it is Dutch. He won a free giveaway from me, and he was lucky enough to get a 2 milliliter of my own personal fragrance that was brought to life by Sensual Obsessions. And SP right here, Scented Paradise, my personal cologne. Out of everything I own, this would be number one, my all-time favorite. And there's nothing out there that is quite like this. And sadly, it's only catered to me. Exotic fruits, smoky woods, refreshing green tea, beautiful rose florals. You got incense, frankincense, ambroxan, beautiful sillage. It's got a wonderful scent trail, and it's got really good performance for me. I get crazy performance with this one, so This definitely belongs in my Hall of Fame tier. Honestly, I wish all you guys could experience this, but I'm happy Dutch got to, and this is good stuff. So, and if I had to say another what's the best fragrance, I would have to go with this guy. And I've had this one for quite a maybe what a few weeks now, and this is just an absolute masterpiece to my eyes. Roja Atif Oud. Currently my number one favorite rose fragrance. Definitely not for everybody, but I truly appreciate this one. This is hands down number one for me. SP in chat, what's your favorite incense forward fragrance? Hmm. I would have to say Zaharoff Extreme. I really get crazy incense from that fragrance on skin. I might get a little of some of the other notes, but that churchy incense is pretty much forward for me. Extreme by Zaharoff. And I get crazy performance from that one. I've had that one for a while now. I think I got it last year, and it's been a while. And I like wearing that in the fall time, but you know, I get that what apple goes away, and then I get crazy just like incense on skin, and I love it. It gives me that churchy incense. That's the other thing with I think that's the only other Zaharoff where I get a little bit of sweetness, and then, afterwards, once it starts to open up and fully transition into the heart, I really just get all incense, and I love that one. Rosando Matu incense wood. I would like to get my hands on a fragrance where it's just all incense, you know, with like just incense, myrrh, frankincense, just, you know, maybe that's what I should find an adder where it's just like frankincense, myrrh, incense, all together. I would like to see what that's like. Hey, what's up, JJ? Cherry smoke. Nice. I'll say this much. Far as a new designer from Dior, I do want to get my nose on that Dior Sauvage Extrait. I know Jason loves the shit out of it. A buddy of mine I was talking to this morning on Instagram, he was sent a sample. He got his nose on it and he couldn't stop raving about it. So, um when it drops, the Dillards by me has jack shit. They don't even have it. And I want to get my nose on that new Dior Sauvage Extrait. I plan on heading up there probably in August just to see what it's about, maybe get a little tester, and eventually I'm going to add that one to my collection for sure. Maybe it's a good thing I held out and didn't bother to get Sauvage Elixir. Nothing against Sauvage Elixir. I do appreciate that one, but with the new one, yeah, I'm definitely gonna get it. Cherry Smoke's pretty good. I remember that one. I got my nose on it. That's smoky, all right. Best fragrance. Whatever floats your boat, sir. If you enjoy wearing fart spray, go for it. And I'm not gonna wear that, that's for sure. That definitely wouldn't get you a date. Incense mist. I came across that one a couple times by Merchant of Venice. I was on Max Aroma and I could have bought it, but I decided to wait. Couple people told me about that one, and that's the 3rd time I heard about it, and that one looks interesting. Currently, I only own one by Merchant of Venice, and that's Carnival Mandarin, but either way, since we're on the topic of smokiness, here's my next Hall of Fame tier fragrance, coming from Martin Margiela, and this one had to be here, By the Fireplace. Sometimes this one really evoked some memories. I used to go camping, roasting marshmallows, having some chocolate s'mores, but man, this one's really, really smoky. It's more like a bonfire kind of smokiness, but even though, excuse me, it's an EDT, I gotta say, I get the best performance from this one. This one actually performs. I mean, 7 hours for me on skin. This is pretty decent. I wish they would make, a parfum of this or something. And I think they got another parfum release not too long ago, I think. Besides Chasing Sunsets, I still haven't checked that one out. And I decided to pass on it. But I think Martin Margiela is or did release a parfum, a new one. I don't know what it is. Yeah, Ebony Fume I like to check out. There is some Tom Fords I will be checking out, you know, soon. I'm gravitating towards Cafe Rose and Tom Ford Ombre Leather Parfum. I want to add those two. I would definitely get those two soon. Those are the 2 Tom Fords that I'm looking at for sure. Forder 403 Myrrh Shadow Bond Perfumer. There is one. Um, I can't think of the name by Bond Parfumer. There is one that I like. I have a discovery set somewhere. I can't think of the name. I would have to look, but I would like to check. I would like to get a couple from them too. And where's the other one? Oh, speaking of this one from Carner, Barcelona. And it's kind of smoky on me. It's like a smoky Manuka honey rose, wild strawberry, rose and dragon. And I think all you guys been hip to this one for a while, and I just recently got this. Luckily, I didn't buy it. This one got gifted to me. Either way, I can appreciate this. This would definitely be number 2 far as favorite rose, but man, is it smoky on skin. This one is really, really smoky for me. I really love the heck out of this. So there's some other ones like from Carner Barcelona I like to check. I think it's Figman, Super Moon. It's another one. And let's see here. Let's go to another one that I didn't talk about yet. And I don't think a lot of people appreciate this one because I could kind of understand it. Some people kind of get that pickly smell. Sadly, I don't get it. And I'm still smelling it on my skin, and it's been probably a good going on 9 hours. I had to have this one here. Nothing against all the other Louis Vuitton colognes I own, but Lovers, I have a special place for. I really love the Galbanum in here. I love the dry down a lot. and I'm still getting the dry down. Hands down, this is such a phenomenal scent. Regardless of the price point, I love the shit out of that one. And I think I got maybe one other here. Or no, I have, I think, two other designers, two other niches, and no, I got a few other niche fragrances to talk about. Then I have my six honorable mentions. And let's go right to another niche. And I knew this one was going to be here. And this is from Native Parfums, Blueberry Shine. This is hands down, I think this is his best version. You know, any of you guys who were familiar with the OG Swamp Water, Blueberry Shine, beautiful blueberry fruit accord on top of the original DNA. I get a good 10 hours on skin. This one does sit closer to the skin, but man, it's an extrait de parfum. I'm impressed with this one. I got to give shout out to Native Parfums, Jarian. You did a good job with this one if you see my live stream, man. Shout outs to you. You nailed it with this. So that's definitely Hall of Fame tier. And let's go to Essential Harmony. All right. And it's starting to get a dent. And I'm going to have to agree with Dutch. This is by far the best blood orange fragrance on the market. He is absolutely right about that because I agree. And I'm always reaching for this one all the time, whether it's the day, nighttime. It works for any situation for me. This is one heck of a beautiful fragrance. And I can't get enough of this. I'm going to have to get a backup bottle. There's no doubt about it. The blood orange in here, such, great quality. It's very juicy. I like the florals in here. I really like the, I think there's jasmine. And you got ginger, a little bit oud. This is hands down really, really nice. And since we're on this subject with Essential Harmony, this is the other one that made the Hall of Fame tier. And I think this is probably the only one and only plum fragrance I really like the most. It's a little darker. And I gotta say, Plum Noir. Hands down, my absolute favorite plum. Man, oh man. Well, you got plum, fig, cognac. I think you got oud. This is really good. This is well done, handcrafted, very smooth as well. That's the thing I like about Essential Harmony. A lot of her stuff, if not all of her stuff so far that I've smelled, is smooth. Very smooth. Nothing harsh. Yeah, Plum Noir. Yeah, I agree. That's a 10 out of 10 for me. So far, all of these, they're 10 out of 10. And let's go with, last but not least, we got Mind Games. And I had to go with this one because it's the only really cherry fragrance I have. Besides, Roy Lopez, I had to have French Defense in this one. It belongs in the Hall of Fame tier for me. I really like the cherry, the chamomile in here. I think some people say it doesn't perform well. You know, I'm lucky I get over 7 hours. I appreciate the fuck out of this one. Excuse my language. This is beautiful stuff. And there's some other cherry fragrances I do wanna check out, like, cherry ink. Uh, I do like to eventually get cherry smoke. There's different ones, but hands down, French Defense is my number one favorite cherry scent right now. And last but not least, let's go with um this one. I've had this one for quite some time by Mason Francis Kurjan, and it's actually darkened a little more, and it's crazy performance. The sillage, the projection, the scent trail, it's just insane for me. And I bought this from Forever Lux. I got a good deal on it, and I paid, I think, low 200s. And I gotta say, it belongs here. Grand Soir. And and I remember when I bought it, it wasn't this dark before, and it got dark over time. It kinda looks like a cup of Lipton tea. I really love this stuff. Now this one has a personal connection, and, you know, it's a little more special for me, and I'll wear this one whenever I want. I wore it yesterday, but, um, I'll talk a little about this, why it's so special. Um, Last year, sadly, I lost my aunt on Thanksgiving, and for some reason, Grand Soir just puts a smile on my face because my aunt was like my favorite baker. She taught me how to bake, and for some reason, Grand Soir just reminds me of my aunt's homemade apple strudel. And that's why I love Grand Soir so much. Every time I smell this, it makes me think of my aunt's apple strudel because of the cinnamon and spices that she used. That's why I really love Grand Soir. So, yeah, I have a personal connection with this, and it's just I'm happy to have, that connection, that memory, that one peaceful memory, and that's why I love this one so much. So, yeah, this is definitely Hall of Hall of Fame tier status, and, man, even her apple pie for that matter, Dutch apple pie, I miss that stuff. Thankfully, I have all of her recipes, so I can carry on the legacy, but either way, that is the only thing I could really say about Grand Soir. Just like yesterday when I sprayed it, it made me think of my aunt. And if she was here today, she definitely would be proud of me and what I do. So I appreciate that. But yeah, that's why Grand Soir is very special to me. It makes me think of her famous desserts that I had since I was a young kid. And last but not least, I've had this one for quite a bit. I think maybe a little over a couple weeks now. And this is from Mirror Image Fragrances. And this is my own custom hybrid fragrance. And since I've had this one, I've been enjoying it as it macerates and reaches its full potential. So, this fragrance here, Velvet Vice, that's the name I went with and I came up with. And I gotta say, Matt at Mirror Image Fragrance, I'm impressed by his skills. So, if I remember correctly, mine consists of I took 4 notes that I absolutely love, 4 fragrances, I wanna say. I picked, Number 1, scent number 1 in here is Bond number 9, Andy Warhol. Number 2, Amouage Lyric. Number 3, Byrido Marijuana. And number 4, Argos Triumph Abacus. And I wasn't sure if he was gonna nail it, but man, he did a good job. I'm impressed. And I can't wait to do some other custom hybrids. There's a few other ones I wanna get eventually, but I've been enjoying this one. And I really like the greenness that I get from that marijuana fragrance in here. I can really appreciate this. What I'm gonna have to do is probably send Dutch a 2 mil decant out of this so he can get his nose on it because this is good. This is really good. Such a beautiful fragrance. So, and I think there's one more fragrance to talk about. Well, two. I take that back. And I think there's three more. Or no, one, two, three. Yeah, there's three more over here. I have yet to go, but I'm going to step back. I'm going to go use the restroom. So, excuse me for a minute. Oh, man, I had to go. Whew. All right. Welcome back, Joel. Yeah, I think you would appreciate this one. It's it's such a good one. I just couldn't believe he was able to do that because Argos Triumph Bacchus is definitely one of my other one of my favorite tobaccos. It would probably be number 1 for sure. I have some samples of Argos. Sacred Flame is another one I like from Argos as well. And but yeah, and I was lucky enough to even get my nose on Andy Warhol. That's pretty good. I only had a little decant, but I was lucky enough to smell it. So, and then before Saks Fifth disappeared from my location because it was only like a 10-minute drive from me, I was able to, smell different stuff. And I'm happy I have something that gets me close to that kind of level. So I had to have this. And this is probably going to be my scent of the day tomorrow. All right. Whoops. Almost knocked that over. That would have been bad. All right. Moving on to maybe what? I think, yeah, I got one, two, three more. So let's go right to it. Zaharov, TLTG Reviews, Sunkissed Island. It's starting to get a dent. And this is straight up Miami Beach, Florida like nightlife party inside of a bottle. I appreciate that jungle essence, the tequila accord in here. Oh, I love this one. This is definitely a nice summer evening kind of scent. Definitely gives you that party edge to it. I like this. So this one definitely made the Hall of Fame tier. I wasn't sure if it was going to, but it did. And next designer, it would be from Imperial Armani, Stronger With You line. And currently still my only favorite, Stronger With You Parfum. I like this one the best. The overall sweetness is toned down. It's a little mellow, you know, kind of like the chestnut here. It's kind of like a powdered coated chestnut. It's not very sweet, you know, it's more mellow, more approachable for me. And on my skin, I would say it's slightly grown up a little. So this definitely belongs in the Hall of Fame tier for me. And I can really appreciate this one. Yeah, I'm looking to add Powerfully next for sure. Intensely, I don't know. I know a lot of people like it. I'm just not crazy for it. This one, I think it didn't get enough love and appreciation, but I love it. I love this one. I really, really like this one. So I do want to add that Stronger With You Powerfully for sure. I like to see what that cherry's like. And last but not least, I knew this one would be my Hall of Fame tier. And I'm going to go with YSL L'Homme Les Parfums. Might be moderate performing, but this one doesn't get enough love and appreciation, but this is my absolute go to. Great for the summertime, year round, daily driver. Definitely made the Hall of Fame tier. And I'm a fan of the Leom line, however the fuck you pronounce it, but this is my favorite one. Favorite one. I like this one. So I think that's it. And I thought maybe let's do first impressions on a fragrance. Then eventually I'm going to do my full review on it. Now, I kind of already did a short on it, and I kind of don't really want to spray the bottle because it's going to give me a fucking headache. But I'm going to be 100% honest and tell you what I really feel about Joe Milano. And I got to say, I was talking to Dutch earlier on Instagram about it, but this right here, this is a no go, no go. And I don't know how people can like this. I really don't. I just don't see it. I tried to be fair. I tried to give it a second chance, but this is straight up shit in a bottle, flat out. I do understand the direction they were trying to go, but it's a fail. It's not even remotely close to City of Stars at all. I literally got synthetic citrus to the fullest. It's like steroids. Synthetic citrusy steroids meets Gain dryer sheets and powdery notes. It gave me a migraine headache. This is no good. I don't see how people can like this. This is by far the sixth number, I think the sixth Joe Milano fragrance I smelled. And even the other five I didn't really care for. They're just all headache inducing. I'll put it this way. I would take Lamal in blue, even though that's like a eh kind of release. I would take Lamal in blue over this any day, if that is being 100% honest. Because this is disgusting. Phew. I don't even wanna spray it. I cannot spray it. Sadly, when I got that, I had it on skin, and I was going places, and my mom and my pops caught the scent trail, and my own mother was like, "What is that awful smell? That is disgusting. Take a shower. Wash it off. Something. That is disgusting." Yeah. Game of Spades, Full House, yeah, that's another one. It's not even close to the real one, and it just and I just wish people would be more upfront honest. It's remotely not even close. It's, like, watered down, straight garbage, and I just feel like, this is just my opinion, okay? It doesn't matter if it's a niche or a designer. I feel like, let's say the perfumer for MFK, uh, let's say Raja Dove, let's go with the perfumer for Louis Vuitton. I feel like a lot of the perfumes they do, they don't put all the notes out there for a reason. And then, you know, let's go with like Zerjoff, same thing, 40 knots. All the other ones in the Join the Club series, you don't have no notes. Now, you know, I just feel like, whatever they do to duplicate or try to recreate, I think they fail. There's only one fragrance I came across that is spot on to a Louis Vuitton fragrance. There's only one. And and I've wore the crap out of this one since I've had it. And even when I owned Pacific Chill. But I'll say this much. This is the only one right here that I own. Coastal Breeze by Luciano is spot on to Pacific Chill. Soon as it dries down, it's literally in the high 80s. Like I would say maybe 83, 84% there. And then it gets to the point where you really can't tell a difference other than quality of the perfume oils. But either way, this is the only one I really came across that definitely I can say, okay, we have a winner here. This is definitely spot on to Pacific Chill. It's the only one. All the other ones, no. And I think the only other second one I would say maybe 70%, kinda like L'Immensité, but not even, would be Magnitude by Luciano. It's another one I put a huge dent in. And, it's 70% it's there, so, Luciano, they they did a good job. I'll give them that much. I'll give them that credit. They they actually did a decent job. Imperial Armani. Him. Nice. So, oh, New Harlem. Hey, you can't go wrong with that. Opinion on Angel Share. Honestly, I smelled Angel Share. It's nice. It's beautiful. It's decent. If you like it, you like it. I mean, do I need a full bottle? No. It's not really my favorite. I like Angel Share Purity a little more, but that's another house I never really bothered to buy full bottles of is by Killian. You know, I think there's I think there's only two on my list I'd like to get. I want to get Angel Share on the Rocks, would be my probably favorite besides Angel Share Parody. And I think the only other one is Dark Horse. I like to get that one. But other than that, I'm not a huge Killian fan at all, sadly. But, opinion on Angel Share, if you looking to get the real one, you're better off. I or, there's always another direction. Plume Impressions, Royal Bourbon, that's another good one. Kind of like Angel Share meets Tobacco Vanille. It's a really good one. But Angel Share is nice. It's not a bad fragrance. I just, I'm not crazy for it. What is this? Get out of here. And what do you know? Another text message. Oh, you gotta love it, You gotta love it when some people know you're going live every Sunday. They should know this by now. I'm live 6:30 to whenever, and what do they do? Hey, so and so, can you do this? No, can't. Doing a live. I just love it when they do that kind of stuff. But any other time of the day when I'm not live or I'm not busy doing content, nothing. So why is that? So, how many of you guys are looking forward to this Hawass Nautilus? I think I've seen maybe a few people do a little, some content or reviews that it's supposedly going to be like 40 knots. If anything, that's probably the only other Hawass flanker I will buy. Since I own 40 knots, I would like to get my nose on that and see if it really delivers or if it's a bust or it's just not close. So I really like to know if they're able to, duplicate or replicate 40 knots. I'm kind of curious. I like to see the direction they go. Because I think one person said it's soapy, got that shower gel feel to it. I don't know. But I would like to get my nose on Hawass Nautilus. I'm quite curious. I'm curious to see if it's going to be good or shit. I mean, so far, there's only one Hawass flanker that I bought this year that kind of impressed me, and that's Hawass Highness. And currently, that's my number one favorite Hawass flanker out of all of them that I own. So I figure I'd ask some of you guys, or if you know anybody, if you guys got your nose on Hawass Nautilus yet. I think beautyhouse.com has it in stock, and it's like, I think with tax, you're looking at $70. Yeah, I know, it's hard to keep up. There's just too many, they're flooding the market. I think last year they did what, 20 Hawass flankers? I wonder if they're going for 40 flankers this year. I think there's what? That FB Sapphire, Lava Gold, Majestic, Rouge, Thunder. Then I saw there's Venom, you got Viper. Besides Highness, Verde, Cobra, Atlantis. There's a whole bunch of them. Wait, pure. I have no idea what that is. Hawass German Shepherd. There you go. Hawass is a guy. Hawass is a girl. Hawass is a T-girl. Who knows? They'll come up with all these crazy names. What is the other one? Gold digger? How generic can you be for a flanker? Gold digger. There you go. Get that for a girl who is a gold digger. That would fit her personality. Gold digger. It's kind of a mediocre, generic name. I don't know. I would for once like to see. Hey, you never know. They may do that. You know, I would like to. I would like to see Hawass actually do original. Create a whole new line and do some original shit instead of dupes all the time. That's kind of like, you know, Armoff Club NOE Intense Man Overdose. I could have bought it, but I said, you know what? I already have one. I have the X straight version. I don't need another one. And then I have what? That, what is it? The Off Non Supremacy Silver and Supremacy Silver, not only intense and, you know, I don't need a bunch of Aventus twists when I already have a real Aventus cologne. There's no point. Does have originals. It's just the Hawass line took off, so they stayed there. Dutch. Is that one sweet? A bit dated. Oh, so they do have originals. See, I didn't know. I didn't know they had any originals. I just always thought maybe they were just a clone house entirely. There you go. Or what's going to be the next Hawass? They already got Gold Digger. They should do Sugar Daddy, and here's one, Hot Mistress. Mistress. There you go. There's another one, Hot Mistress. That's the direction they should go. You got Gold Digger. They should do Sugar Daddy. Then they should do Mistress. And that would be complete. And what is the other one? Hawass Pink. So what? They got pink. They should do Hawass Blue, Hawass. You got black, Hawass White, Hawass Green. There you go. Hawass 304, Hawass 187. There you go. Hawass 187. There you go. Hawass Sneaky Link. Or here you go. Hawass Velvet. Hawass Just the Tip. Or they should do a collaboration with 3-6 Mafia. Late Night Tip. Collaboration. Hawass Late Night Tip. Imagine that. All in. Hawass. Hawass all in. Hawass. Hawass Silver. Hawass Red. Let's see for Halloween if they can do something interesting. You know, Hawass Midnight Ghost. Who knows? Probably something stupid. Hawass DMs. Probably. There's so many of them. I just know some of them. I've seen some. I've seen, I remember when it was just the original Hawass, then Hawass Ice, Hawass Fire, Hawass Black, and then out of the clear blue, I saw they had Hawass Pink, Cobra, Atlantis, and Hawass Verde, Malibu. Speaking of Malibu, I had Malibu. It's not bad. It's not bad. This one's okay. And speaking of that, I do have Malibu. Yeah, it is. Yeah, this is a JPG clone. It's not bad. They definitely replaced the coconut out of here in zesty citrus, but it's not bad. It's fresher without the coconut. It's okay. It didn't blow my mind or wow me, but I can appreciate it. You know, I like I like the color scheme of the bottle, but I would still go for the original Les Beaux Les Parfums. Yeah, but here's the thing, like for me, like even with the original Les Beaux Les Parfums, I wear that in the wintertime. And in my climate where I live in Ohio, in the wintertime, it has the best performance. It projects, it performs, and in the chilly air, I like to see how this one performs. So eventually I'll get a full review out and done on this. But so far, for the most part, it's not bad. The one I definitely would like to definitely get is Hawass Nautilus, just to see if it's close or not. You only get half a bottle. Hawass Divorced. Hawass One Night Stand. And I will do my full review on All In. I I really got nothing nice to say about it, but I'm gonna be 100% honest. And after that, this one's going probably in the trash can. It's not staying with me. You live in LA, so my frag collection is about 40 freshies and 15 night one. Okay, cool. Yeah, I live in Ohio. I mean, to be honest, if I lived there, I'd probably go about seasons, but generally, I wear whatever I want any time of the season, regardless if it's spring, summer, fall, winter. I wear whatever I'm in the mood with. Usually, sometimes I don't even go about spring, summer, fall, or winter. Like yesterday, I wore Grand Soir and Vanilla Oud, and it was like what a high of 85 degrees, and I was smelling good. So I think if I lived in, like, say, California or Arizona especially Arizona with like dry air, I would probably rock, some more like freshies. But it's the one thing I like about Ohio. The climate is, unpredictable where I live, especially where I live. It's Ohio's like a bipolar state depending where you live. Like, you know, Iceberg, he's near Youngstown, and then Grim G's down in like Cincinnati, and I'm up by Cleveland. So it can be unpredictable. One day it could be cold as shit. The next day it could be snowing, and then boom, heat wave. That's how Ohio is usually. And just like last night, low 60s. Today, high 80s. Tonight, low 60s. It's just ridiculous. And I think here we are again, Monday, come rolling in. I think Monday and Tuesday, back to extreme, crazy, severe storms with a potential of isolated tornadoes. So it's just crazy. So, I think tomorrow I'm probably going to rock Velvet Vice because I just can't get enough of this one. And I think I'm going to pair it up with Nero de Groomy by Essential Harmony. So that's what I'm looking to wear tomorrow. And yeah. So, what are some other releases? Have any of you other guys got your nose on Ralph's Club Parfum? I like to check that one out. Ralph's Club New York was decent, so I'm kind of curious to see what Ralph's Club Parfum is going to be like. I want to definitely get that one. If anything, if I buy a new designer, I would like to get that one. You just picked Amber Empire, French Avenue yesterday from Burlington. Decent. Okay. French Avenue, Fragrance World, French Avenue. Every now and then they got some decent ones. For example, speaking of French Avenue, it's probably my only favorite one out of all of them, besides the ones I have from Aromatics and French Avenue, but all the way down here. I gotta say, this one I was actually shocked. And I know what they're duping. Yeah, I'm gonna go with Velvet Vice, and I'm gonna go with Nero de Groomy tomorrow, and I'm gonna do a video about it. So, yeah, here we got Fragrance World, Eccentric Molecule Number 6 is what they're duping. I'm impressed with this one. They did a really good job. It's very green, earthy, fresh citrus, moderate performing, probably ballpark, I'd say maybe 6-7 hours. This one was worth having. I got it probably a few years ago. It's one of the first few many dupes I bought. And the cap is kind of messed up, which is given, but it's a good one. It's really, really good. Really nice, like photorealistic citrus notes. Not bad quality. This is really good. And sadly, not many people talk about this one anymore. Highly underrated. And if you like stuff that's earthy, green, fresh, with some really nice, lovely citrus notes, this one's definitely worth checking out. Especially, living in LA, this is a good one. I, you know, I'm gonna have to get this one back in rotation. This is pretty good. And I think what's the other one I really like? What's another one here? I think it's yeah, I think it's over there. I want to say, speaking of that, it's over here. This is from TJ Maxx, And this is really cheap stuff too. But if you actually went on the website by Jean-Marc Paris, charges 100 some dollars for his bottles. But I bought this last year from TJ Maxx. I think I paid like 16 bucks for it. This is Paris Blue by Jean-Marc Paris. It's a budget cologne. It's not bad. It's moderate performing. You're not going to get much here. Maybe, ballpark 4 to maybe 5.5, 6 hours, depending on your skin. But this is very, clean, any age, highly versatile. It's kind of clean, soapy, little bit of marine notes, great for the summer, spring, daily driver kind of fragrance. They got some pretty decent ones. I mean, it's not hype, that's for sure, but this is a pretty decent one. And this is like a 6-ounce bottle. I actually like this. This is not bad. That's another good one. That ain't bad. You just got Ralph's Club EDP, and it's good. Nice. Yeah, I wanna get, Ralph's Club EDP. I wanna get the Elixir, and, definitely want Ralph's Club Parfum. I had a sample of Ralph's Club New York. That was decent. I wanna add Polo 67 EDP for sure. I like to get that. And, you know what I wish they would bring back? Is if they brought back Polo Double Black. That was my favorite one. That was my all-time favorite Polo fragrance, Polo Double Black. That was a good one. I wish they never discontinued that one. That was good. A really, really good one. And we're at what? Almost at the 2-hour mark. Probably stay for a little, what, 3 hours? Top all-time gym frags? I don't really go to the gym. I work out at home, so gym fragrance? Uh, Honestly, I don't know. Probably, I'd probably go, I don't know. I'd probably say Chrome Aqua, Nautica Voyage Intense, Polo Deep Blue Parfum, and probably YSL Fresh. That would definitely probably be my top 4 gym fragrances. But I don't really wear, you know, I used to go to a gym back in the day, but I never wore cologne there because you're pretty much there to sweat. But yeah, my top 4 gym fragrances would definitely be Nautica Voyage Intense, YO Fresh, Polo Deep Blue Parfum, and what was the other one? Azzaro Chrome Aqua. They're all moderate performing, probably what, 5, maybe 6 hours at the best. They're all pretty good. They're decent. I enjoy them, but those are other ones I haven't worn in a while. I'll probably get them back in the rotation sometime soon, but I've been just gravitating towards stuff that I really enjoy the most, and I love the quality and experience I get, kinda like this. Enjoy, Joel, and I definitely enjoy Nero Diagrumi by Essential Harmony. Now her stuff's not that crazy expensive either. I think what, $50 and some odd change. Niche quality perfume oils. And everything she does is a hit. Everything. And I still have other samples too from the first, like, I think, sample set I bought. She's got hits, massive, all of them. I think so far I probably got my nose on 10 from I own what, 3 full bottles already, and there's other ones I want. But yeah, so I can't wait to see what this is gonna be like. Velvet Ice and Neo DeGrumi. I'm rocking these 2 tomorrow for my scent of the day. That's gonna be a wild combination. And I think I hit that 2-hour mark again, I think. So, I thought I was only gonna go live for maybe, like, till 6:30 to 7:30, but it ended up being just about, what, 2 hours? So, I think I'm gonna get ready here to shut down myself too, so I got some things I gotta do tonight. I gotta cut my dad's hair, give him a haircut. I got my own professional, um, clippers and stuff. So, and then I'm gonna go out for the evening and enjoy my night. So, yeah, it's about 8:11. I think I'm gonna go ahead and shut it down. I appreciate y'all coming to my live stream, hanging it out, talking about fragrances that we do enjoy. So, there is a few new fragrances I will be getting in August. Um, I will do another random giveaway, and I decided my next random giveaway will be at the end of September, beginning of October. I figure why not? And this time around, I'll, let you guys further know. Maybe at, when it gets close to the end of September, I'll make an announcement on the community page. But this time, I'm going to pick probably 2 or 3 winners. So I'm going to be getting some new stuff from Essential Harmony. She's got phenomenal quality fragrances, like absolute bangers. So I figure I'll probably do 2 or 3 winners this time. So I'll let you guys know, and I'll keep you posted when my next free giveaway will be, and it will be USA only based. So, yeah, I'll see you later, guys. Thank you for dropping in, tapping in. As always, stay safe, God bless, and remember, smell your best.